too. One of the best guys you will ever meet. And then can Andiamo, Julian Arnold bring his best stuff? We hope so. Let's play pickleball. And for some reason, P.Smith ran around his bullet of a forehand to drop a backhand and popped it up.
That's right. 80 grade raw power. Just let that thing fly, Pat.
Yes.
0-0-1.
Member of the 40-plus club. Let's go, P.Smith.
Whoa.
Second serve.
Pat wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he looked down at his feet because he was like, oh, no, did I? He did not.
Football. Right foot.
Okay.
CJ.
Oh, on CJ
Klinger.
CJ,
okay.
yeah.
(0-0-1).
What in the world?
That was a lefty scooper.
Yes, it was. What a save from Pat.
After Julian, I think, whiffed on the shot.
Yeah. 0-0-2.
I thought we only had one lefty on the court.
Oh,
we got the grunting Julian going. He's not going to dink very long, though. There it is.
Point.
JW agrees. Oh, CJ does not agree.
You can challenge. Oh, he just overturned it.
Wow. Pat.
That's side out.
Pat overturned. I need to see this truck, but I told you.
Prince of a human being.
Yes.
0-0-1.
So he has overturned his partner's call, and
barely in.
I think Pat's eyesight is as 2020, 2010.
1-0-1. Point.
Just as soon as that ball gets funneled over to JW Johnson, it is just night.
Just wrecked. Just absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, because for all the hand speed CJ Klinger has, it doesn't quite
2-0-1.
come off like it does to the paddle of JW.
No. Nice speed up there from P.Smith, and these guys haven't played a lot, and ironically, in Atlanta and here, Arnold and Smith played Emmerich and Lloyd in the round of 32 both times and 1 in 3 both times.
Side out.
You know, when your seeds are in that range, you kind of, you know, the computer spits it out and you run into the same teams.
0-2-1. Point.
That was awkward.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what CJ Klinger was doing there. I think he was thinking it could go out and threw off his swing because that was not pretty.
Point.
Tied at 2 here after the miss.
2-2-1.
Okay.
Point.
Keep the counter. We need to get to 10, we think, for them to win. Adam's going to keep track. There's 1.
Double digits. And that almost counted as 2.
That was so loud.
Yeah, that was from
3, 2, 1.
down in the gut.
That's one you hear down in the showcase courts, which are not close to center.
Second serve.
Control of the point from the kitchen for JW Johnson is seems like a 95%
It's crazy
win percentage.
There's that wicked forehand drive from Pat. Oh, man.
Side out.
I don't know what he said, but it was something with a German accent, that's for sure.
I don't think it was German, but we'll get some of that later, too, for sure. And hopefully he takes a bite out of his paddle.
2-3-1.
Jokingly. Unbelievable.
Point.
Nice handle of the initial flick from Julian Arnold, and JW just pulls the head out of the way and lets it sail.
And look at that change-up.
Nice loose wrist from Julian Andiamo Arnold, leading with that palm in hand, letting the paddle lag behind.
3-3-2.
Magnificent.
Again gets him, and that's 2. And the crowd will get involved in this as well.
I mean, we're on 3-3 game 1. We already have 2. We are on pace for double digits.
We are indeed. Might ask the truck to trick up a little counter for us. And all he can do is clap his paddle and thumbs up. Who is screaming so good?
I'm not sure. I didn't recognize the voice.
3-3-2.
Wait, was that the Phoenix Flames, Brett? I think it was. That's exactly who that was.
Side out.
I think there was a voice crack there from P.Smith.
Yeah, that was, there he is, GM of the Phoenix Flames, part of the Proton team. And
3-3-1.
That's who that loud yell from the crowd came from.
I mean, it was so good, though.
It was.
Second serve.
And Julian Arnold has seen something he feels.
3-3-2.
Okay, this is great news for Julian and Pat, because Julian is engaged.
Side out.
Okay.
Oh, and a discussion about where the serve is coming from as well. Julian
said something about a baggy shirt. You can't tell where his hip is.
Oh. So the audio is over-delivering so far.
Second serve.
And that's what you're going to get. So the crowd is now, we're at the Chuckle House here in San Clemente as a So Good comes out of the crowd on the missed dink from Julian. Unbelievable.
Okay, boys.
And then off the tape.
Point.
Adam, we might need a So Good counter out of nowhere here. Smith and Arnold have the lead here, and they're going to get nothing. They're going to get nothing back from Ice. So the fact that the crowd's giving him something to play with is perfect for Julian.
4-3-2.
And we might have to hand out earplugs to watch this match to the crowd here in the front row.
Side
out. This is outstanding.
3-4-1. Point.
Julian says, good look, Patty.
Four, 4-1. Second serve.
Sends it to J-Dub and let's dance.
Second serve.
And Onisha is going to perhaps get involved in this at some point. Of course, Onisha Smith, our terrific referee. And Pat Smith, hands of stone, just says, get that out of here.
Heavy. I'm having trouble finding the right time to say something with all the extracurricular activities. But really, overall, Julian is playing very well.
Yes, he is.
His dink tolerance, he hasn't done anything sloppy or frivolous with his speed-ups.
Second serve.
That has to be made for them to win this because it is very good when it's in.
4-4-2. Point.
I'm eating him up.
I mean,
they're winning.
Yeah, they are. They are. But you can see, I mean, the looseness on that shot from just, I mean, he almost has his back turned to C.J. Klinger and then just flings it right at him.
Side out. You can't appeal, you can challenge.
Pat said it was out.
4-5-1.
Of course he did.
Second serve.
I mean, Adam, you might just want to take the headset off because the analyst is on court.
4-5-2.
Rocketed back at Julian.
Came back quickly.
Fives. Yeah. 5-5-2.
Wow.
CJ.
Side out.
I'm not quite sure what that was.
Mr. Arnold.
Tries the cut past him high at no pace. That sounds like a bad idea.
That sounds like a bad idea. And really, most of the ball distribution has been to J.W. Johnson at the kitchen. So maybe CJ was like, hey, I got to look. I went for it. Should have just dinked that one back in play, buddy.
Here we go. 5-5-1. Second serve.
Italian?
No, it's definitely not.
5-5-2.
That's good.
And flicks it from a very low position off the bounce. They've got the lead back.
I mean, that's 6 inches off the ground from Julian Arnold.
Pat, it's 6-5-2. I'll call
Recognition of the lefty in front of him,
6,
too,
5,
and
2.
finding the left shoulder of C.J. Klinger.
There's that beautiful drive from Pat Smith. Sets up Julian. Andiamo counter to 3 now.
Yeah, he almost foot faulted with momentum with that Andiamo. Be careful.
7-5-2.
High. That's good.
That's good on the drops or something.
Yeah, he's not wrong, though. And Pat Smith with the hands is ready to get it down in the ground.
Timeout receivers,
and it is J.W. Johnson and C.J. Klinger having to call timeout. This is brewing, and it's only going to get hotter here in the kitchen on Humana Championship Court. To trick something up, and did they ever? Scream
one
count.
Timeout, one free challenge,
three
no
on
timeout,
the almost, three
challenge.
so goods here. I love it. Well done, Truck, and well done. Pat Smith and Julian Arnold have a 3-point lead here, and it is Johnson and Klinger who have called timeout.
No, you didn't like that speed. It's too slow.
Point.
Didn't like that speed. It was too slow. Off pace. 9-5.
9-5-2. Point.
Game point for Arnold and Smith.
Game point.
Great drive. Great drive.
10-5-2.
And they
Point
have
game,
done it,
11-5.
running away. A rampage fueled by screams. Is this a haunted house?
Because the hands are heavy for the underdogs. That's a great start.
Point.
Off the tape.
Honestly, I feel like it's a bad start for him. Not if you want for a point. I would like that. Nah, not for them, though.
1-0-2.
Julian saying, I don't even want a fast start.
Point.
Two quick ones.
2-0-2.
And Adam, ironically, what really got this cranked was the crowd yelling it. And they were cheering for J-Dub and CJ, and that just lit a flame in Julian.
Yeah, and you were right. He's not going to get anything from his opponents,
0-2-1.
Julian Arnold. So maybe Darren Klinger and Julie Johnson just need to quiet down the crowd.
Yes.
Point.
First volleys of C.J. Klinger just
Not
have not been very good. Even a couple of the ones he's put back in play have not been crisp swings.
1-2-1. Second serve.
I mean, Julian got a lot of it, but cross
1-2-2.
court to the flick wizard is not the spot.
The last two first volleys from C.J. Klinger have been much better.
Yeah.
Hopefully that can propel him forward.
Because that drive was wrecked by Pat.
2-1-1.
He had a very good volley to keep it out of a big problem with Arnold crashing forward.
Second serve.
I mean, he is eating him up. I mean, what else can you say about it?
And CJ didn't even get a paddle near that
2-1-2.
and just took it. Great combo platter for Pat Smith. Ball right back.
And just a little shuffle from JW on the move back to the middle, and Pat found the perfect pace up the line to start it.
1-2-1. Second serve.
There was the German. Something to end in Zeisen there. Yeah, that was definitely flying deep, but it was so
1-2-2.
juicy.
Side out.
Yeah, he needed the, that's good on that one, and
Yeah.
he couldn't find it.
2-1-1.
What a get from Pat. And if he says hi, J-Dub says thank you, well done.
3-1-1.
Uh-oh from Pat. And Adam, I can confirm we will have Ben Johns versus Colin Johns tomorrow in the quarterfinals as CJ, Colin Johns, and James Ignatowicz have won. So got that to look forward to, and we got the rest of this amazing match to look forward to. Entire match. He's certainly done it before. We've seen it.
Point.
Fire that thing, Julian.
Yeah.
I talked about a good dink tolerance, but he needs to make sure he keeps his foot on the gas also. He has
5-1-1.
had some great success attacking straight ahead at CJ Klinger. Just can't attack that from there.
No. I mean,
even if it's a little bit higher, I still don't think you can.
His punch was one of the best when the game started getting faster, and it has not slowed down.
Side out.
Yeah,
that seems scream-worthy to me.
I agree completely. Maybe Julian's getting a bit fatigued over there.
Horse? The vocals?
Horse,
I'll give him some exercises. The vocals, you got to work them. It's important.
1-5-1. Point.
CJ needs Rachel Rohrbacher out there saying, good try. What a drive.
Nice work from CJ Klinger shutting that down. A shot that had beat him a couple times earlier in the match. And he has had 4 or 5 very clean first volleys in a row now. Nice adjustments from the youngster.
2-5-2.
Got a yeah from Julian after punishing that speed up. Man, what a volley from J-Dub after a great third.
Point.
Oh, and Julian's calling his own ATP wide, I think. Or is he calling? No, he's calling the shot that created the ATP wide. Yes.
Oh,
okay.
I see. I was confused as well.
Yeah, because I thought the ATP was well in. So, okay, seems to be no discussion after that.
Side out.
Can't find the court there. Get within 2.
5-3-1.
And
Point.
there he is. Couldn't get the exposed arm out of the way. That there's no cloth to hit. There's no thread count, but it's a big muscle.
Yeah, big strong guy.
6-3-1.
Sometimes you get hit with the ball when you have big muscles.
Just
Second
wide.
Serve.
Pat runs over here and says wide. And Pat just crossed himself. Love it.
I just remember playing him. I played him a lot, but I remember playing him a few times where he did stuff like that or tried to engage. And I was just like, Pat, I do not want to engage with you right now. I know you're a great guy. I love you off the court, but I'm trying to stay locked in here. Great exchange from the fellas.
Yes, and then Pat jumps, paddle position up in the air a bit. 7-3.
He's not used to it when a couple of them come back off of his paddle.
Huge serve from CJ. Wow.
Point.
And middle shut down. 8-3.
Yeah, tough spot to go cross body on the Wizard.
Yeah. 8-3-2.
What in the world?
Like, seriously, what happened?
Oh, and Julian is pretend limping over there.
Like it was an ankle breaker?
Like, yes, that is 100% what he's doing over there.
But but seriously,
did he get stuck? Like literally just pushed off and nothing happened?
I think he had a bad step, J.W. Johnson.
Because a lovely Tui dink roll, but not that. He had something for everybody. We're involved. We've been welcomed into the haunted house, Adam.
4-8-1.
I know them.
Point.
Here they come.
5. 5-8-1. Point.
CJ Klinger gets bagged again, Adam.
He's not a thick guy. It's not easy to hit CJ Klinger.
6-8-1.
Wow, just caught. Unbelievable how those came back. And you have to clap your paddle at Klinger there. And he loves being the villain. And the crowd who didn't know who they were cheering for are cheering for the youngsters now.
And CJ Klinger loves it when I say he has world-class hand speed, but that's exactly what we just saw, Dave.
Man alive. Those were balls being hit down at him. And now Pat Smith gets the cheer for the miss because he's Julian's partner. Pull within 2, however.
Hi. Meet you.
Second serve.
Just sends it at Klinger's left hip again.
Eight, 6-2.
And popped up from Pat Smith, and they get to 9. Scream meter has been reactivated, though.
9-6-2.
Can't come up up with that, but you can't fault the choice. It's been working all match long. Game point for Johnson and Klinger to force a third, which this entire amphitheater wants, unless you're cheering for Pat and Julian. Oh, and he sends it to Julian. Okay. Got to give, you got to take. Game point saved.
6-10-1.
Wow.
Second serve.
Amazing look.
That's right. CJ's
6-10-2.
getting a little bit better feel of what's coming his way.
What a recovery from Arnold.
Point.
That would be number 6 on the Andiamo side of the screen meter.
Seven, 10-2.
And C.J. Klinger pulls it cross court, and all Pat can say is too good. And both opponents clap their paddles for that piece of absolute filth. Not as good as
Game
mine
point.
from Julian. Game
10,
point
7,
2.
1.
Wow, that was, I should have hit that out of the air, and now I have to dink it in. I'm mad and I missed it.
Game point. 10-7-2.
Ooh.
Side out.
Still in it, baby.
Boy, that's one that usually hits the ground and you're tapping paddles.
Not hard to tell who the fans are rooting for in this one.
I mean,
7-10-1.
they love a villain, so they know that they can cheer for the other side.
Oh my God!
Point.
Julian is yelling up at us to give him a count of how many times he's tagged CJ.
Well, 10's an exaggeration, but not by much.
No.
Not by much.
CJ's shirt's going to end up with a hole in it at the end of this.
He's going to show up tomorrow and sling fit.
And Julian says that's poor at his own shot and gets big applause from the crowd. Can they get to 9 right here? Wow. Earned the pop-up.
Can't believe he didn't take it back at CJ. Goes inside out at J.W. Johnson.
10-8-1.
Game point 4. And that is deep. So much to the crowd's delight, we will play 3. So where's this haunted hayride with all the screams taking us? We'll find out. This is the Select Medical Orange County Cup presented by. Off to a better start if they want to pull the upset.
0-2.
Heavy hands.
I mean, because Julian hung in there with all that.
Yeah, Pat Smith caught off guard on the last one, but that was a nice exchange. No awkward swings in that one till the last.
No.
0-0-1. Point.
That was a definition of an awkward paddle position for Julian Arnold.
Because that ended up being Tommy counter.
Great
1-0-1.
reach from C.J. Klinger to find that speed up out of the air.
Second serve.
Aggressive
Sorry,
dink
point.
to the middle. Julian Arnold's contact point way deeper than it should have been.
2-0-1.
Oh, CJ goes down early in the scorpion position. He'll do that. What a fight off from Pat Smith. Wow.
Second serve.
And Brant Weiss, we talked about him earlier, the GM and coach of Phoenix, who got this started by screaming so good at CJ Klinger. His Proton guy is lurking back on court.
Point.
Didn't even step into it, just lined up in the no volley zone for Pat Smith.
Side out.
Beautiful combo for the German right there. And not to be lost in all of the screaming and theatrics, how well Pat and Julian are playing.
0-3-1.
This is going to be the loudest Andiamo ever if they win this.
Point.
I mean, the hands are just so heavy, though, from both of them. Yes. Pat Smith can get so much power on the two-handed backhand right in front of his body. Most players, it needs to be out wide to really release on the ball, but Pat Smith can do it in a special fashion.
That's going to be in. Wow. And then throws it off the tape.
I mean, Pat's talking. Trying to talk.
Why is he talking to us?
We got headsets on. We can't hear you, Pat, unless you're next to the court mic.
Or if you scream as loud as Julian, we can hear that.
All right.
1-3-2.
And both guys, he even takes the hat off as a tip of the cap there, does Julian, because that was roped on the third, Adam, and then just carved for a clean winner.
The patented J-Dub carve. Just inside the sideline, moving away from Julian Arnold.
And
3-1-1.
there's a good look at the bravo from Julian.
Point.
Great controlled move from J.W. Johnson. reading the situation. A little hop, skip, and a jump over there. Puts it away.
Switch ends when someone gets to 6.
Second
all
serve.
The jumping from CJ, just can't get it in the kitchen.
4-1-2.
Length of some of these exchanges, though, with how clean the cuts are, too.
Five, 1-2. Point, timeout, change end, 6-1-2.
6, so big hole for Arnold and Smith to dig out of. Let's go over to grandstand and take a look at this one. And here's a look at Staxford and Patrick when we'll play the upstarts in and Williams. We'll have John v. Johns in the other one.
Side out.
Big rip from CJ, catches the tape.
Not quite sure exactly what Julian Arnold was doing after that point, but not many people do.
1-6-1. Second serve.
CJ doesn't yell out, he just said out very quietly, but J-Dub just
162.
said, I'm adding tattoos to this match. Julian thought he had the spot, but it was too much inside.
That's right. I think he was hoping to attack that left shoulder of CJ Klinger, and he found the forehand of JW Johnson. It's a problem.
Point.
So he is
talking about the serve.
This is 100% conversation. Julian is saying that CJ Klinger is coming sideways on the serve.
7-1-1
on that one right here.
Second serve.
So anything can get him worked up. You said they can only win if he has 10 on the
7-1-2.
We're at 8.
Football. Your left foot. Left foot.
Okay.
Point, so referee timeout. We have a challenge of the referee's foot fault call. The result of the rally puts us at 8-1-2. We'll now proceed to video review.
So Onisha and Julian are now engaged.
8-1-2.
Oh my God.
Point.
Wild miss from Julian there.
That was the ball. That was the ball.
Onisha will have none of this.
9-1-2. Side out.
Yeah, you're not too far off. We're counting a lot of things. Winning hands battles with J-Dub,
yeah,
you're about right.
1-9-1.
It might be 2 at most.
Much better off straight ahead, Julian.
Point.
I would have loved Onisha to be allowed to come back because it was her call that Julian challenged, and just yell an Andiamo or something as a referee. That would have been fun. She's way too professional to do anything like that.
Always locked in.
2-9-1.
So he just said I can't see in the shadows, which will definitely be an issue, as I'm told we will have one more match on Humana Championship Court tonight.
Side out.
And there's some German for sure, or something.
I think Julian, yeah, he blew on the ball, but I think he spit on the ball a little bit too on that last little throwback over.
Just, I mean, not intentional.
Yeah, just no, not intentional.
Yes. Second serve.
But
yes.
But just added to the list of things that have happened in this match.
Oh.
It's a long list.
It is a long list.
Side out.
Okay, quick side out. I mean, when Julian is going, you can have 4 points in 1 minute.
2-9-1. Second serve.
Pat tried to tell him, couldn't pull the paddle back, too much pace.
Yeah, kind of a mid-speed start to that
2-9-2.
rally by Pat, which didn't get them in the greatest position either. Oh, goodness. Almost down on a knee and gets it through these two with 2 forehands in the middle. What a shot.
3-9-2.
Okay. Checks his feet after that. This is a place Julian has played very well in many times, including MLP. So this is one of his favorite courts.
Four, 9-2. Side out.
Love to see Julian come get that one.
All right, give one to get some. Let's go right here.
9-4-1.
Yep, it's one.
So
Second serve.
heavy.
Over to the left side of J.W. Johnson.
9-4-2.
Getting close.
Make him earn it indeed. 2 empty trips in a row at 9. We're not quite at the you better be careful zone, but we're getting close.
Second serve.
CJ gave a little look back.
Well, he said something too.
Yeah.
It's unusual. Might have to take that ice and ice label off if CJ keeps talking.
4-9-2.
This is the biggest test of ice and ice you could ever get here.
Down. Go.
Both players ran to the right.
Julian, your man did everything there.
He did.
Julian made his move, and it was the wrong one.
Where's the trust? Sorry, Patty.
I said, where's
9-4-1.
the trust? That's right.
You.
work from Klinger to get that counter down.
Match point.
Yes. Match point. 10-4-1.
And that
Point
will
game
do
match,
it. So
11-4.
J.W. Johnson and C.J. Klinger survive the House of Screams, and they win it in 3 and are moving on in a wildly entertaining match. But into the Select Medical Orange County Cup presented by Rainstorm. C.J. Klinger and J.W. Johnson, their ears might be ringing, but they are moving on, and they're standing by with Hannah Johns.
Well, guys, you lost that one game, but you came back absolutely firing. What did you guys discuss in order to do better and finish out that match strong?
Yeah, I definitely know what Julian's capable of. He brings a lot of energy to the table, a lot of tricky shots, some good hands. But JW and I just stayed calm and cool, and that prevailed in the end of the day.
The hand speed out there was just unmatched, guys. I think it was the funnest match we've seen all day in terms of those hands battles. How do you come out on top in those?
Yeah, I mean, they played excellent throughout the whole match. They were a really tough team, and I don't know, we just got to trust in the hands, and I trust CJ over there, and just trust our games.
Well, the atmosphere out there was certainly feisty. There was a lot of chatter throughout the match towards both of you. You're mainly pretty quiet, both of you, but we had Julian pretending to break an ankle after he hit a dink winner on you. He was talking about your serve. Does that get in your head, or what is going on? What does the atmosphere feel like down here on the court?
Yeah, I actually like it. I like it when people chirp at me. It gets me more locked in.
Really?
Yeah.
Same for you, J-Dub?
Locked in, yeah, but also I want to thank the whole crowd for cheering. Thank you. Really good atmosphere, and yeah, just really fun time.
They had your backs the entire match, guys. Thanks everyone out there cheering today. Guys, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.